Welcome everybody, this is brothermutant here. Now, just yesterday I posted a video talking about a Magus build, an Eldritch Scion build, pure Eldritch Scion, straight 20, specifically focused on the fact that the Arcane bloodline, you can actually have 9 spells free that come from the Wizard/Sorcerer spell book, ones that obviously aren't even available to the Magus unless you have those particular feats, which is extremely nice and extremely impressive build. Built the build around dexterity, so it was a reflex build, and I thought, what else is out there that I could do with a Magus? Eldritch Scions, being a spontaneous caster, fit the requirement of being technically a sorcerer as far as Dragon Disciple is concerned. I saw another video, a nice gentleman who's actually going to be looking at my other Magus build, hopefully. He does a lot of really good content. I want to say his name is Ranger Tony. If you guys have an opportunity, go out and check out his builds and his Let's Play. Does a really good job. So does a Liquid's Play. That's where I'm saying that right. Guy looks like Negan. If you click on a guy that looks like Negan that's doing these kind of builds, you'll know that you got the right channel. They're not perfect. They're like me. They'll make mistakes. We'll say things wrong just because we're doing it on the fly. But they do have really good insight into certain types of builds. And when I saw someone do another build on a Dragon Disciple, I'm like, oh wow, that'd be not a bad idea for Magus. You're already melee. Let's make a strength-based one. And then I decided to go a step further. So first we're going to show you what the build is when it's complete, and then we'll show you how we build it up. All right. So here's my character, my test DD. Notice that my strength, remember this is unaugmented here, guys. I don't have a spell on me. I haven't used any buffs, no magical gear per se. It is pretty much me. I have like a ring of protection from Tertuccio, and that's pretty much it. I'm rocking a 26 armor class getting out of the tutorial. I'm rocking a 28 strength, and that's because of 3 things. One, unlike my typical going human, I decided, well, if strength and charisma, which are my 2 main stats as a strength wielding Magus, an Eldritch Scion that's going to be casting spells as well as wielding a weapon, I figured why not go for the Aasimar build. So this is a Aasimar build that literally gets +2 to strength, as you can see here, for being Angelkin. I get a +2 to charisma as a result of being Angelkin as well. You'll notice I did not bump my charisma beyond the 16. I decided to spread my points around a little bit differently, and because of that, I was able to only invest 1 point then in dexterity as I leveled up, because it started off as a 13, and all these other ones were straight up 14, 14, 12, and 16. Now you may say, why is this 16? You invested points in it? No, I did not. 2 points come from being a Dragon Disciple. This build is a level 13 Eldritch Scion and a level 7 Dragon Disciple. Didn't take it all the way to 10, because there really wasn't a whole lot of reason to. You see, I got the full strength bump from being a Dragon Disciple, literally +4 points. Now, I also went Abyssal for the inherent bloodline for being a Magus. Abyssal, as you level up at level 9, 13, and 17, you get 2 more strength points. Now, I could justify going 17 in the Magus bloodline, and then only 3 in Dragon Disciple. There's really not a whole lot of reason to do it. I mean, yeah, you get an extra 2 strength, but it really wasn't anything to write home about. You get a natural armor class +1 and a +2 strength. You get some claw attacks, which are lame. We already have those as basically being an abyssal bastard child. So it was kind of an odd choice. So 13 and 7 seemed to be a nice split, because I still got 4 points from being abyssal, and then I got the full 4 points from being Dragon Disciple. I got the full +3 to natural armor class, which you'll see down here. And that's just built into my character at this level, of course. And yes, you'll probably find gear that's probably going to put it over that, but you get it for free is the point. I don't have to use it on this character if I don't want to. I also get a +2 to con, and that's why you see the 16 here. Now, I stopped a point level shy of getting the +2 bonus to intelligence. Seems to be a weird thing for them to get. As a Dragon Disciple, why are you making them smart when it's charisma? That should be the next stat that you would think would bump, but I'm sure that there's reasons for that, because you're a smart dragon type. So just to recap, my character is a Aasimar Magus. My bloodline for being a Magus is that my family was raped by demons, which is the Abyssal bloodline, and of course somewhere back there somebody got it on with a dragon and I decided to go gold dragon because, I mean, if you're going to be a dragon, why not be a gold dragon, right? And that's why I'm a dragon disciple. So literally my family was getting busy with pretty much everybody that they could possibly stick it in. So this is really where we're at. Now this is a pretty strong build, no pun intended. We do have limitations, of course. We don't have the highest charisma ever, so you'll see that my spells aren't huge. I'm not going to be relying a lot on DC, so spells that literally have a chance to save probably aren't going to be your bread and butter. What is going to be your bread and butter? Well, anything that buffs you, anything that basically protects you, shields of all kinds, straight up damage that, there is no save, it just hits and it hurts. Stuff that I can channel through my touch attacks through my sword. And I have a variety of weapons already to pick. I made the mistake of thinking when I was leveling up that the Falchion was one of those free weapons that you got in the tutorial. It's called a Fauchard, and the Fauchard is a two-hander, so I probably really couldn't use it as a true Magus anyway. Remember, you have to have one-handed weapons to wield spells, but that doesn't mean you couldn't, and I haven't tested this yet, but you couldn't run a two-handed weapon, switch it, so switch to a single-handed weapon, buff yourself up with your spells, then switch over to your two-hander and just go to town, right? I mean, this is the goal here, is to be super strong with some buffs, basically being a badass. So let's actually take them out for a spin before I actually show you how to build this character. So we're here in the tutorial. This is the part that Oleg's. You guys will remember this. And I'll actually show you my spell book. And I have metamagicked myself up a little bit. May change that around as I tweak the build a little more. But I went with just 2. I went with Extend, which is a +1 to the level of the spell. So a level 1 spell that you extend is now level 2. And I did the Reach, which is also a +1. Now I should have done Empower, I think. But I was afraid that I wasn't going to get to level 6. Anyway, turns out I did. I was actually quite impressed with the fact that I was able to get to level 6, because when you dip into Dragon Disciple, you actually lose like 3 caster levels, I want to say. So technically speaking, I'm a level 17 caster. And if you could go into your spell book, I want to say I'll show you. Oh, yeah, 18, even better. Okay, cool. So I'm an 18 level spellcaster, so I lose 2 levels to get 7 levels worth of Dragon Disciple. 2 of them in there that caused me to lose out. I think one is level 1, and the other is level 5, and I think level 9, which I never got, is the 3rd. That's probably why I was thinking that I was 17. So actually I'm 18 level caster. You could have done this with a sorcerer. No reason not to. And as an 18 level sorcerer build, you could have level 9 spells. What you wouldn't have is the ability to wear heavy armor, the ability to wear heavy armor and cast spells, the ability to channel damaging attacks through your sword, the ability to cast spells and swing with your sword. There is all kinds of reasons that Magus was better for me than a sorcerer. Not saying that there's not going to be sorcerers out there that would kick my ass, but at the very least, I have it going on. So here's the spells that I picked, and no necessary. And some, of course, were free, so some of them you're going to be like, why the hell did you pick that? I didn't. We get those for free for being an abyssal bastard child. I do have the touch attacks that you'd want to have. So that Corrosive Touch, Shocking Grasp. Because I am basically a badass Magus, and Magus is strongest there is, I want to make sure that I rave and feeble any bastard that might be stronger than me to bring him down to my strength level. Shield, of course, since I'm not allowed to wield a shield, is a pretty good choice for me. True Strike, of course, you guys remember this. I got Burning Hands, and a lot of people are going to wonder why. Because I'm a gold dragon, and I have literally 2 bloodlines. Because I'm a gold dragon, there is a thing, let's see if I can find it for you here, in your character's sheet for being dragon kind. I got breath weapon, no. What is that? 1 minute per level. Oh, can I change into a dragon? Did I not know that? I didn't know that. Dimension Strike. It's in here somewhere. Where are you, little bastard? Oh, I also get wings, which I thought that was weird that just showed up out of nowhere. It's probably for being Asmer, I'm hoping. The Abyssal Bloodline. Where's my Dragon Bloodline? Dragon Bite, Dragon Bite. Yep. Divine Sense, that was actually kind of cool. I can't find it in here, but as you level up, yeah, I got the ability to change into dragons. I don't know where this is or why I don't seem to have it. Maybe it's in my thing and I just didn't see it. Yeah, I don't have this because I'm not level 20. When it comes manifest, you can give me immediate paralysis, sleep, and fire damage. I don't know why this is showing up because I didn't have this. It must just be showing everything that you possibly could get. That seems a little weird. Anyway, point is, as a dragon bloodline, whatever dragon damage type you do, you basically increase any spell that does that same type of damage. So if you're a black dragon bloodline, you do acid damage. Any spell that does acid damage does an extra +1. Now it's not a ton, not anything really to write home about, but it's extra damage, and it literally your level up, I can see it being useful. So I can see that being, oh, there it is. I didn't realize I had that. Trippy. Dragonkind 1. Let's actually activate that just to see what that does. Is that a spell-like ability? Oh, baby doll. Oh, that's freaking just hilarious. I didn't even realize I had that, guys. 32 strength, 18 con. Let's go eat some bad guys, shall we? Hey, buddy. What you doing? I love that these guys are just looking at a giant ass fucking dragon and just like, let's kick his ass. Sure. At least the one was smart enough to drink a potion and get the hell out of here. Now, I should be able to see her, but I'm assuming that's just scripted in. And again, as a dragon, I'm basically a badass. Let's eat some stuff. Oh, there's a 23 damage. Oh, 24 damage. Oh, shoulder butt, wing attack. Crunch him, crunch him. Oh, that was just sexy. This is just messed up, dude. I didn't know I could do this. This is weird. This might be glitched, though. I will say that right now. Again, this is all new to me, guys. So this is entirely possible that this is a mistake. I say that because Power of the Worms, it looks like I have this, which means I'm immune to fire, which I shouldn't be because I am not a level 20 anything. Maybe they stack. Maybe they combine because you have to pick a draconic bloodline to be Dragon Disciple, and you have to pick another bloodline, or a bloodline, to be an Eldritch Scion. Maybe they're cumulative. So it is treating me as a level 20 draconic bloodline, even though I didn't pick draconic bloodline until I got here. Now maybe that's a mistake, but I have Dragonkind 3, which basically is what I just turned into, I think. At the very least, it did say Dragonkind 1, so maybe this one way down here. At 3rd level. Okay, I can believe that. Every 2 levels thereafter, a sorcerer learns an additional spell. Doesn't say anything about this, what level you unlock it at. I'll have to look at that again. Cool bees, I'm pretty happy with that. Not anything wrong with it. I don't know how to turn back. Is there a change back button? I don't see it. I don't see it. I do have a breath weapon. Just so you guys can see it. Oh yeah. That was cool. Let's see. I wish that would be just the button to turn you back after you activate it. That seems a little weird. For some reason, you'll see that my claws are gone here. I must have used them on the way over, but I don't remember having activated them. So like this one here, you can literally click on them and you get claws. So I don't know how that works. So that'd be something to test. My damage, of course, is redunculous right now. At a +19. But yeah, I like the little halo. I won't lie to you. I like that it actually circles the head. They actually paid attention to it and it made it circle the head. So this is just gross as hell to me. From there, let's see if I can't go talk to Oleg. When will this wear off? Is this like a thing, like a minute per level? Maybe it'll say. Oh, good lord. Oh, it's a minute per caster level. Oh, wow. So I'm a level 20 as far as the game is concerned. Hey, buddies. You don't mind talking to a dragon, do you? So literally, I did not realize I could do that. I apparently should be paying attention to my stuff. What else do I have for you? I have, like I said, a lot of spell choices. Let's go through them real quick. Burning Hands, I said you get an extra damage per die, so that'd be like 5d4 plus 5. I'd be cool with that, but I don't think that's how that works. Something we should test. Maximize would be a good way to test that, by the way. You see I have my Frigid Touch, of course, and again, no saving throw for that one, so you know it's one of my favorites. Mirror Image to protect my dragony ass. Blur, Bull's Strength, I got for free for being Abyssal. A Scorching Ray, I figured fire, why not? Acid Arrow, never hurts. These are the modified ones. You guys are familiar with this because of my Metamagics. Molten Orb. But from there you see the typical stuff. I have Molten Orb, never tried it before, so this will be interesting. But I like the idea of this one because it allows me to do extra damage with that fire ability because I'm a fire-breathing type of dragon. From there, I had Fireball, obviously, Vampiric Touch, of course another touch attack. We get Dispel Magic for free as we level up. Haste, Displacement, Rage. A Rage I got for free. Haven't never really used that spell, so that'll be interesting. Slow and Stinking Cloud. You'll know that my spells are a little more scattered. The choices I made for these ones, again, are kind of like, I don't really know what I want at certain levels. I know I want protection, I know I want some damage, and yes, there's going to be saves, and my DC is not going to be anything to write home about, but it's still not horrible, and of course I would rely on gear to increase my charisma, so that I can literally increase my DC chances. So that's how I went with this build. Greater invisibility, of course. Shield of Dawn, this one I want to test because, again, with that extra damage point for fire, I want to see if it works. This one would be actually pretty nice for me for being up front and getting whacked on. Fear we got for free, I think. Controlled Fireball, I took that one again for the obvious reason of extra fire damage. From that point on, again, there really wasn't a whole lot of choices here. Stone Skin I got for free, so I didn't have to pick it, so I went with something like Dragon's Breath, and I'm like, well, yeah, there's fire damage in there, and as a matter of fact, there's several different types of fire. You can, like, well, several, there's 2 different types of fire damage in there. You can do a straight beam one, and you can do one that's a cone, like that, like I just demonstrated a minute ago. But the reason this is important is because Dragon's Breath will allow you to literally cast any kind of Dragon Breath. So if you need electric damage, you have it. If you need cold damage, you have it. If you need acid damage, you have it. That's the reason for this one. It's kind of a catch-all spell. And let's face it, who doesn't want to breathe fire, acid, cold, or electricity like a dragon, right? So Shout made sense because that just kind of like completes the list of elemental type of damage as far as I'm concerned. Even though it's not considered elemental, it's sonic, and I'm used to it as being elemental in Neverwinter Nights 2. From there, Fire Snake for obvious reasons. Another Shadow Shield, Vampiric Shadow Shield for protecting myself. Won't be as good as the fire one, but this one will allow me to heal back as they wail on me, so what the hell, why not? And I don't know, I haven't tested it yet, if it stacks with that other Shield of Dawn. It'd be nice if it did, because then, man, every time they wail on me, they're just getting ate up. That's what they get for touching me. Spell Resistance, figured why not? I forget if I got that one for free, or I picked it. I think I picked that one. Cloud Kill, I had to fix something, and I'm like, I'm kind of running out of choices. And I figured, well, what the hell, I have a high con anyway, thanks to the way I leveled up my character with being a dragon. So I figured, what the hell. And Beast Shape was just because, again, I was running out of stuff to pick. I'm running out like, well, you know, with all these strength bonuses and con bonuses and stuff that I have going for being a dragon disciple, I wonder if those will stack with the +4 that I get from being a bear and the +4 natural armor. So I wanted to test it. I'm like, who wouldn't like to see a bear with a strength of like 32, right? So I figured, what the hell, that'd be kind of funny. Dismissal, I think I got that one for free. And I'm pretty happy that I got it for free, matter of fact, because again, I missed that the last time I built my Magus build, for those of you that caught that video. And you can see I've already done the Metamagic book, and I've done it not to perfection, but for as the best possible outcome for my 2 Metamagics that I picked, which again were Reach and Extend. There it is. Okay, I knew it started with me. The Extend Metamagic, which adds a +1 level to it, and the Reach Metamagic gives a +1 to it. From there, Hellfire Ray, figure what the hell. We're already doing fire damage, and this is the one that half the damage is fire, but the other half is an unholy damage, which I still think counts as fire damage, but it's not protected. They can't be resistant to it. So I will hit those fire immune jackasses. They will take my damage. It will happen. Went with Chain Lightning for some extra electrical damage that's teammate friendly. Dragonkind. I must have just gotten this. This must be like a gimme for leveling up Dragon Disciple, and I didn't even see it. That's pretty sweet. So that's why that's there. Transformation. This is another free one that I get for being Abyssal, which turns me into a slaughtering machine, which actually I should activate that when we get out of dragon form just to see what it turns me into as far as stat wise. +4 to everything is what I'm seeing, and a huge bump to fortitude saves, natural armor class. If I literally buff my weapon, use your Eldritch pool, whatever the hell they call that stuff, Eldritch points, buff my weapon, use transformation, so I'm literally the best quote-unquote fighter I can be with my weapon, and see what I can do. I bet you I can go to town with having like an extra attack around, huge strength bump, con, dex, all that jazz. This would be pretty sweet. And it's entirely possible that when you do transformation, that all the buffs that were previously on you are still on you. So you could be rocking, all those different auras that I just talked about. Hit transformation, run into it, and just wade into them. This would be cool. Went for elemental body, and the only reason I did this one was I wanted to see, because you can turn into the 4 different elementals. I want to say that if you turn into a fire elemental, you do fire-based damage. I wanted to see if my fire-based damage increased because of my quote-unquote dragon blood. So that was the only real reason for that. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. And again, this one here, I wanted to see what a large Smilodon with a 28 base strength will do, plus a large Shambling Mountain and a large Wyvern. You mean you have to turn into a Wyvern? I didn't realize I was getting this. That must have been like one of the last ones that showed up, and I just never saw it in the spell book. So I got beast shapes just so I could turn into a dragon, and apparently I already had that ability. But coolsies. So yeah, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. This is actually a very fun looking build to me. But I can see this not being for everybody. It'll level up quickly, as far as I'm concerned. As long as you're playing as a party, I would never solo this build. As long as you're playing with a party, this is a perfectly viable build. I don't gimp out on anything, and then you'll see that you basically start out as a fighter mage right from the get-go. So let's actually get into how we level up. This is the start where I'm level 1 Magus, where I've already picked the Abyssal Bloodline, so you already see that. And we're going to take a look at what we have here. So first off, character sheet. There's my starting stats. Now you see, it's a long road, but we're starting out with a strength of 16 already, and that's because of my Aasimar blood. Remember, I'm getting a +2 thanks to that, and I'm getting a +2 to charisma thanks to that as well. So that literally is the reason that I start out this way, because I literally, despite losing a feat for not being human, I really needed charisma to be 16 and strength to be 16. I didn't need it. I guess I wanted it. I could have been 16, 14 and been okay with this setup. But 28 strength is better than 26 strength. I think we can all agree. And if you rock I think there's like a couple weapons that you can rock that are one-handers that you still get like strength bonus multiplied by 1.5. So if it's a bonus of 4, you get a strength a swing. Instead of a +4, you get a +6. Now that may be two-handed weapons only. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I could have sworn that when I went from a rapier, which is what I have right now in my hand, and I'm getting a lame bonus, and that part of that is because of I have like power attack on or some such. Let me show it to you. Yeah, I have power attack on right now. Right here, it even says this bonus damage is increased by half if you're making an attack with a two-handed weapon, a one-handed weapon using 2 hands. Yeah, one-handed weapon using 2 hands. I don't understand what that means. Or a primary natural weapon that adds 1.5 times your strength modifier on damage rolls. This bonus 2 damage is halved if you're using an offhanded weapon or secondary natural weapon. So basically, if you're dual wielding, is what they're basically saying, which is fine. It's when your base attack bonus reaches +4, and every +4 points thereafter, the penalty increases by 1, and the bonus of damage increases by 2. So if we shut this off, what are we rocking right now? Yeah, I only get a 1 increase. So it's really not doing me all that much good. But if I turn it back on, I get back up to a 4. That's because I'm a low level 1 though, that's why. So as I level that up, I will literally get better with those. When I was working with a rapier though, I was not getting a really decent bump when I switched to just a longsword, a weapon that I did not pick. Remember, it was the Fauchard I was looking for, and I picked the wrong damn thing. Picked a Falchion, and Falchion might be a good weapon. I'm not saying it isn't. I just thought it was going to be one that I was going to get for free as I leveled up. So here's my stats. Again, we will pump things into the use magic device, persuasion, athletics, because those are going to be our stats. Strength, charisma, those are our things. Mobility is a dex 1, and my dex is not horrible, but I'm really not feeling it. So I literally focused on those 3. And then when I got use magic device up to a point where I thought, all this seems to be overkill, and I unlocked the Dragon Disciple, it unlocked a whole new world of stuff that I could do. So I started putting it into, I think, perception at that point, just to make sure that I could see all the hidden stuff that's out there. So you could go either way. But basically, we just take Magus, pump them up, athletics. And I want to say that there really isn't any requirement other than the ability to cast level 1 spells from the arcane pool and be a spontaneous caster. And I think you have to have a BAB of like 4 or something, so we'll go see that here in a second. So basically, as I'm leveling up, I'm picking stuff that I might need. So you know I'm going to need shield. It's kind of an obvious thing. I could do burning hands, but again, I'm abyssal right now, not dragon bloodline. So you say yes, please. Let's actually look at that, make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Oh, I need knowledge arcana 5. Okay, need to make sure and invest in that. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So knowledge, yeah, that's basically the limiting factor, because it only takes 1 level of spell, which I already have. So yeah, that's why I invested in this. Here it is. Okay, we'll do like yay, or actually let's keep these even. Now from here, normally I do like your typical point blank shot and what have you, but remember, we're not going to be using a bow again, and my strength will be so high that a composite bow will do some decent damage. So that's not the most horrible idea ever. I actually dipped into it, I think, at the very end, mostly because of using ray attacks. Point blank shot will work with those. So I thought, well, what the hell? So I did get them eventually, but I didn't get them right away. So I get our typical wand stuff. I already grabbed, as you can see, power attack. So I got that early on, and that was giving me another chance to do some damage. I figured, well, I'm a strength-based build, might as well go strength-based. Now the trick with that, though, is a lot of people would say, well, go cleave. And I saw a very good video pointing out something. This is what you would normally do in Neverwinter Nights 2. You would go power attack first, cleave second, and then you get like epic cleave or some silly ass shit where you basically can cleave more than one opponent. So when you set up where you kill somebody or you crit somebody, however cleave works, you literally would spin around and hit like everybody within range. So it's a ridiculous OP attack. In this case, cleave is an activatable attack. You literally have to select cleave. So it's like it says, as a standard action, you can make a single attack at your full base attack against a foe within reach. If you hit, you deal damage normally and can make an additional attack against a foe that is adjacent to the first and also within reach. You can only make 1 additional attack per round with this feat. When you use this feat, you take a -2 penalty to your armor class until your next turn. So we're going to lose out on the armor class, and we get 2 full attacks if the first one lands, is what they're basically saying. And it won't be against 1 opponent, it'll have to be 2 opponents. But there is a better cleave ability, improved cleaving finish, excuse me. So cleaving finish is necessary. Great cleave is the one I'm looking for. You can use cleaving finish any number of times per round. So let's go great cleave. Great cleave. Once you get cleave and high strength, which you would already have. Why they even put that as a prerequisite? Because you have to have strength of 13 to get to cleave in the first damn place. The system's dumb. But as standard action, you can make a single attack, blah, blah, blah. If you hit, you deal damage against a foe. If you hit, you can continue to make attacks against foes adjacent to the previous foe, so long as they are within your reach. You cannot attack an individual foe more than once. When you use this feat, you take a -2 penalty. So basically, the Great Cleave is the one where, just like I said, except for you have to activate it. So if you didn't activate it, if it was just a passive, like it is in Neverwinter Nights 2, this is why people go with Cleave. power attack, cleave, and great cleave. Because if you can hit, man, you're just like wailing on everyone in a circle around you. Stuff just dies. This might not be a horrible thing for me to go for, but again, you do have to activate it, and you only get one attack. So at your full attack, and I'm going to attack pretty darn good with my strength being as high as it is. My Bab's going to be kind of pissed off with the way we're dipping around, but a 28 strength is a 28 strength, boys. So this might work out okay. So if we look at Great Cleave, that was one, and we had, what was it, Cleave something? Cleaving criticals or cleaving finishers or something like that? Cleaving finish. So cleaving finish, what does it do? With cleave, strength 13, and power attack, which have 2 of those 3, you make a melee attack and your target drops to 0. Or if your hit points as a result of your attack, you can make another melee attack using your highest base attack bonus against another opponent within reach. You can make only 1 extra attack per round with this feat. So now this one sounds to me like the greater cleave that I'm used to. Doesn't sound like you have to activate it. Doesn't sound like cleave has to be on. It just says if you basically do an melee attack where someone dies, then I get another attack. I basically kill him, and then I switch my attention to the very next guy. If we do improved, what does that one say again? Now let's look at that. Where you at? Cleaving finish. Improved cleaving finish. Yeah, you can use cleaving finish any number of times around. So again, the same general principle here. If I kill somebody, then I attack someone else. If I kill that guy, then I can attack someone else. If I kill that guy, so you see what I'm saying. So this was the move. This was the one that people would like bank on. Like, I will just, it used to be a joke for those of us that did pen and paper versions of D&D, where you would carry around like a sack of fucking rats. You'd have this feats on your best fighter. You'd buff him to the nines. He'd throw out the fucking rats at the start of a fight. The rats would scatter out of the bag. He'd kill a rat, and then it would be cleave, 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 cleave all the way through all the rats and whatever bad guys were in the area. It was kind of stupid, but it's how we basically meted the game and just kind of pissed off our D&D, our DM. So yeah, but it's not that this would be a bad call. Hammer the Gap could be pretty interesting. We are going to be hammering the shit out of guys. The goal for me was to get a nice critical range, so I didn't want a rapier. I thought that damn Fashard was going to be my way to go, so I did probably weapon focus at this level. And where's my EF? Falchion. Yeah, Falchion I thought was the guy I wanted. Now this may still be a good weapon. I don't know that it's going to be a weapon that allows me to cast spells. That's my trick. So if anyone knows better, I still have yet to look up all these goddamn things to find out which one has the 18 to 20 crit range. That's the one I'd want. And while yes, you'd say, oh well, there's one that's 19 to 20 and it got like 3 times the damage when it crits. That would be impressive, especially with the kind of strength that I'm wielding. But I'd still rather crit more often than just have a crit that does more damage. Everyone gets a little micromanagey, but I would really rather know that I am more likely to crit, because that 2 times damage is still good enough for me because my strength is already huge. So, and any buffs that I slap on it can be interesting. Not only did I go for Falchion, which again was a mistake probably, I'm going to get it again. I also went for Claw Attack, and you'll see why here in a moment. Who grab that True Strike? I need to start paying attention to the spells that I'm getting for free here. I see I get Claws as an Abyssal Bloodline, but then when you all go into Dragon Disciple, you get Claws again. So I'll have 2 sets of Claw moves that have charges to them. One's going to be superior to the other because that's what I'm taking all the way to level 13. The ones for Dragon Disciple I take all the way to level 7. So they're almost identical. So literally I get to the 7th level, so the damage increases by 1 step to 1d6 of damage, because I'm not small size, I'm a normal human size. And 11th level, which this one will get to, claws become flaming weapons, each dealing an additional 1d6 of fire damage on a successful hit, which is pimp. Plus with my dragon bloodline, that should do another 1 point of damage. I don't know, I haven't tested that. And again, these are all based on number of rounds per day equal to my charisma modifier. They do not need to be consecutive, so you can like toggle them on. I don't know how these work with you having a weapon in your hand. That's the trick. So I think you have to like put your weapon away, go barehanded, activate your claws, and go to town with your claws. I'm not saying that would be a bad idea, but they are considered magic weapons, and you can actually I don't know if they can right now or they're fixing it in the patch. Melee weapons in any way, shape, or form you can buff with your Magus ability. So this Eldritch pool that allows you to make arcane weapon 1 through 5. I'll actually only get to level 4. Does work or will work on unarmed attacks. So if you went monk or something, you can literally use these on your fists. So for those that you want to be the flaming fist of ass whoop, you can totally do that as a Magus monk combo. And I think there's a monk class out there that works off of charisma, so this would even be better for you guys. That might be the next build. Man, I'm having so much fun with Magus, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so my Abyssal Bloodline. Oh, I even get a power spell as an Abyssal Bloodline upgrade. Ooh, that's cool. Anyway, let's go further, shall we? Next, now I have a point, and you see, based on my stats that I set up, there's only one that's literally odd. So obviously I want to cap it up. Right? It needs to be finished. From there, every point I get, which is 4 more of them, I dumped into strength. So even without all this abyssal and disciple or dragon disciple stuff, I was going to get to a 20 anyway. The extra 8, 4 came from the abyssal bloodline, 4 came from the dragon disciple bloodline. I couldn't get any better than that, and I'm okay with another 8, so it worked out for me. But yeah, that's the way I went, and that's why I went that way. So we're going to keep these going. These are probably more important to me than athletics at this point. Let's see, for spells, again, you're looking for anything that's a touch-based attack. Remember, you're still a Magus. You want to be able to swing that thing. And we're going to get Bull Strength for free, so it's giving you a little warning here by saying, oh, you don't need to pick it, it sucks. And it's not true. It's not recommended, but it's one of those that's actually coming later online, so we get it for free, being Abyssal. From there, Mirror Image, early on, or Blur are good choices. It gives you that protection. Remember, you're going to be... I'm not squishy in any shape or form, honestly. I consider this a pretty tough-ass character. Remember, I can wear light armor, cast spells at level 1. That only gets better as I level up. So I already have decent armor. I have a decent dex score of 14. It's not great, not horrible. I have a pretty good strength score of 16. So again, pretty decent. So I'm, physically speaking, in a 13, now 14 con. You know, I'm an okay fighter. I'm not great. My BAB isn't huge because I'm a Magus, not a fighter or a barbarian. But I'm rocking it pretty good. And I got spells to buff me up that they don't got. So really, this is a pretty good build for fighting. Carry that on. We're still 1 away from our Dragon Disciple. So this will be the level that finally unlock it. So let's get that one to 5, right? Go that way. Next. And again, just to point out, let's see, now I'm getting my Bull Strength for free. This is where it finally showed up. Notice how I get Demon Resistances. I get 5 for electricity, plus 2 saves against poison. Sweet. Level 9, I'll get it to level 10 for electricity resistance and a plus 4 save. And I will get there because I'm going to take it all the way to 13 eventually. So this is where we stop this build. Now we're not going to take straight 13 and then do Dragon Disciple. I want that strength early. It literally shows up faster if you go Dragon Disciple because it only takes like 2 levels. At level 2 you get the strength bump. Level 4 you get another strength bump. So at level 7 I'll actually have strength. Level 9 I'll have a plus 4 instead of this plus 2. And then eventually I'll get around to coming back here and then unlocking these guys. So it just takes a little while to get back online. But I'd rather have the strength early, and you'll see why as we're playing the game, I'm sure. At this point I probably said that, you know, I'm getting spells in the level 2 range, so I probably deserve that weapon, or the Metamagic Extend. Made sense to me. Notice that because I'm Abyssal, and I didn't even notice this before, Cleave is one of my features. So I can actually unlock Cleave here as my Abyssal, bonus Magus feat. So these are very important. So when you get 1, 2, I won't get to the 3rd one, but you get the 3 if you can take it to 17. I could basically get to pick from this list here, right? I mean, obviously you have to meet the requirements, but the point's still the same. I literally have the ability to get those. That's Power Attack, Cleave, Skill Focus, Low Religion, who cares, Sunder Armor, Greater Fortitude, Bull Rush. If that's a strength-based thing, that'd be pretty cool. I don't think that is, though, but I think I take that back. Bull Rush is not, while not a strength check, I want to say that it's one of those combat checks, and those particular combat checks are based off of your strength bonus. So the higher your strength, the more likely the check to work, if that makes sense. So it's not that that would be a bad pick at all, but I think Bull Rush is the one where you just like shoulder somebody and they go screaming backwards or whatever, so you knock them out of range. It's just kind of like, why the hell would you do that? I mean, I'm sure there's a reason. Let's see. Bull Rush combat maneuver. It also grants a +2 bonus to CMD when performing this maneuver, and a +2 bonus to CMD when defending against it. So that's something. Bull Rush attempts to push an opponent straight back without doing any harm. Yeah. Why? Who cares? Why would you want to do that? Knock someone back. See, an enemy being moved by a Bull Rush does not provoke an attack of opportunity because of the movement unless you possess the greater Bull Rush feat. You cannot Bull Rush a creature into a square that is occupied by a solid object or obstacle. Oh, pinball. That's interesting. What I mean by pinball, guys, is it sounds like, remember, if you move past a character, personally choose to run past a character in combat, they have attack of opportunity on you. Bull Rush by itself doesn't give you that. You can't shove someone past another fighter or whatever and then have your fighter capitalize on it, unless you have greater Bull Rush feats. So that would be the reason to do Bull Rush. Obviously, it's going to take more feats to get it and unlock it. That's 2. I don't know that I'd want to go that route, but I could see it as being interesting. But you could Bull Rush someone, slap them around, shove them past like a line of your fighters, and have your fighters just like beat them with like a pinata as they get screaming by your guys. So you could play pool with them or pinball, and make some easy attacks, I suppose. I am going to grab Metamagic and Power. I'm going to do it right this time. From there, I'm going to level 2 spells again. Scorching Ray is going to be a good choice. Molten. I'm not going to go Glitter Dust, and you'll see why as we get into Dragon Disciple. Blur is a good choice, and I think I grabbed that early on, but I think at this point, Scorching Ray makes more sense for me. I want to get that extra fire damage, right? Wait, and I also want to dip out of here real quick just to show you one other thing. And I didn't notice this until after I started playing around with my character. Start to look at your abilities. Where is it under Marshall? Yeah. I have Acid, Cold, and Electricity. Electricity twice, and one of that is because of the Aasimar. So the Acid, Cold, and Electricity, 2 of them are coming from the Aasimar, and 2 are coming from being an Abyssal. The 5 don't stack on Electricity, just so you know. It's literally the best one, and I'll say that I'm going to get one of them to 10, so I'll have pretty good electricity resistance. If I go the Dragon Bloodline, I want to say that I even get more. So I get like fire protection or something. So I'm like, what the hell? So that's literally like 1, 2, 3 damage, elemental damage types that I'm resistant to already. Fire will be the last one to add to that list. Kind of cool. Just wanted to point that out. So now you see Dragon Disciple has unlocked, and here's where we get trippy. Next, you won't pick that until you get to abilities, I think. Which Dragon Bloodline you are. I want to pick Perception now. This will be the one that I really want to emphasize, because I really want to be able to start seeing stuff. Mobility opens up. You see, we open up quite a few things here by switching over to Dragon Disciple, which is nice. But you're still limited in points because you don't have a huge intelligence. If you went full dragon, you would get the +2 intelligence. That would help you get some more. But, yeah. So again, now if you picked whichever dragon type you get, you see you unlock these things. Just like you did Dragon Disciple or Dragon Bloodline as a Magus. So you have spells that you're going to get for free, I believe. Which is a little weird that they let you do that. It's like double dipping, and I'm not going to complain about it. Because I don't get... I did get Fear. And Spell Resistance. This progresses, guys, as you level up as a Magus. Oh my god. That I was really getting this. Oh, that's just balls. Oh, I love it. I don't know why I was only Dragonkind 1. Maybe... because these are spells and I can't have access to these spells. Okay. So I have it in my tooltip that Dragonkind 2 and 3 are available. Same with probably Overwhelming Presence. I didn't even notice it. Because I don't have level 7, 8, or 9 spells as a Magus, I won't get those. Wow, that's awesome. Oh my god, you can double dip. You can be... Oh man, that opens up all kinds of spells for you. Like a sorcerer that can get access to all of them. Baby, that's sexiness. That's Weird though, right? That it literally lets you open those all the way up like it's stacked. I ain't gonna complain about it. Anyway, go back. So as you pick these guys, by and large, you want to highlight over them. So let's go over black. You see what I'm saying? For the feats that you unlock. Quicken spell. Looks like it's all of them get the quicken. Okay. So I didn't make a mistake by going gold. White would give you, everyone gets the claws. This is the Draconic Bloodline, Arcana. So if you're a white dragon, because you do cold damage, any cold spell that gets +1. Oh, per die. Oh, it really is per die. Oh, that's awesome. +1 extra damage for every other one of those cold attacks. That's pretty sick. And of course you get this class skill Perception, which is sweet, and all the dragons get that. That's why I'm pumping Perception now. Everyone gets Mage Armor for free, but you don't really need it because you're a Magus and you have better armor anyway. Draconic Resistances. This is where you get cold, or elemental resistance, and some natural armor. So that's kind of sweet. You do, however, get natural armor here. Yeah, here, here, and here. So they kind of, I don't want to say mislead you. You get it here, it says, but I don't think that's true. Because if that were the case, then you would get 1, 2, 3. I'd have a +4 natural armor, and I do not believe I have that. But we'll check it when we get up there. But the point is you get cold resistance if you go this route, which I already have. You get resist energy free, which I forgot about that. That's kind of nice. Everyone gets Dispel Magic and Fear, it looks like. As a dragon, this thing changes. Yeah, it's just letting you know what kind. So here's Silver, which is also cold. Red Dragon. I could do that for some fire. Green for acid. Yeah, even though it's not technically. Green dragons are the cloud, if I'm not mistaken. It's supposed to be not acid damage. Gold dragon does fire, and gold dragons are good. So I said, hey, I need some help, balancing my abyssal heritage. Copper is acid. Bronze is lightning. So electric. Brass is fire. Could have gone brass. Consummate conversationalist. Brass dragons prefer to talk instead of fight. Well, I guess that's something. Gold, though. Gold dragons are the epitome of virtue. Other metallic dragons are revered their gold cousins as the agents of divine forces and the paragons of dragonkind, and often seek them for advice and aid. That's me. That's totally me. Blue is lightning. Black is acid. So again, you can pick whichever one you want, but whichever damage type you're doing, that's probably the one you want to focus on, because literally that +1 per die is pretty huge. And we have more than a couple acid attacks in there. There's quite a few that we get as a Magus if we really want to go that route. So there's nothing wrong with going acid. I just like the idea of gold and the fire that was there, like a half a dozen different ways. So I said, screw it. We'll still stick with gold then. Next. And there's my natural armor increase +1. Notice how I have, it doesn't say down there yet. Oh, I unlocked like level 3, right? Yeah. And we just take this all the way to level 7. And again, I'm going to get that perception up. I'm going to get this one up to like 15, I think I want to say. And then from there, I'm just probably going to stop and then start focusing on perception and athletics. You guys can do whatever you want at that point. Persuasion is always a good choice. All right, so now here's our thing. I'm going to shut this off. I already had weapon focus. And our Bab may have progressed enough to get us the weapon specialization that I'm looking for. Let's see where weapon specialization falls. Right here. Oh, fire level 4. Yeah, I'll need to dip back into Magus. At level 10, you unlock the ability to have fighter levels, so to speak. It takes whatever Magus level you are, divides it by 2. So at level 10, when you unlock it, you basically are a fighter level 5. So at that point, I should be able to get weapon specialization, which is more damage, and then it unlocks other stuff that I'm going to want. So something to save for later. And if I probably shifted these around a little bit to get to level 10 a little sooner, I'd probably make that build a lot better, but whatevs. What? Reach I grabbed already in the past build, so now I got Empower, so I'm fine with just leaving it alone at this point, because Extend and Empower is 2 really good ones. Extra arcane pool's not bad. Matter of fact, I did think I did grab that because we were going to be swinging that weapon quite a bit. Let's do that. Extra arcane pool. And Eldritch Scion, because you have to pick which class to upgrade as a caster at level 2. See, blind fighting. I picked last time. Here's the quicken spell. That's what I was telling you about. Casting a quicken spell doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. Casting quicken spell is a swift action. There you go. You can perform another action, even casting another spell in the same round as you cast a quicken spell. Would be interesting to try, and I wouldn't do it necessarily on a Magus build. No, actually, I have to do it on a Magus build. Take that back. Know how in a Magus build we have that spell combat ability that you activate at level 1 that allows you to attack with a spell, or excuse me, cast a spell and then attack with your weapon in the same round. So it's like a 2-weapon fighting, right? So I can like acid splash you in the face, and then I can swing my sword at you at the same time, and it still take a -2 penalty. I wonder if a quicken spell would allow me to cast a quicken spell, then acid splash you, and then swing with my sword. That'd be 3 things that are happening in the same round. I could buff myself, I could attack you, and then I could also attack you again. That would be actually interesting to try at some point. We're not going to do it, but that would be an interesting thing to build for at some point. Let's see. Toughness. Yeah, I think I grabbed toughness. I wanted hit points. I figured I'm going to be fight or fight. I might as well grab me some toughness. Did I grab everything I wanted there? Oh, yeah. Okay. Spells, level 2. Ult Morb. Let's get some more of that fire damage going, right? Complete. Dragon Disciple. I have point for strength. And we're going to get the... I'm going to get that up to 15 and stop. Like I said I was going to do. And we're just going to focus on perception and athletics, probably, and persuasion, I think, at that point. That'll be our shtick, so to speak. Level 1 spell. Oh, look at Burning Hands is just waiting for me to inactivate it. Yay, me. I don't need to turn into a wolf. It'd be kind of funny to see one being all badass, but I don't need to. Fireball. Yeah. And haste. Oh, nope, sorry. Vampiric touch. Remember, we are Magus. We want those touch spells. That sounds cool. And I love extra hit points. Complete. Do it again. Oh. Nice. Perception's all the way up now. As high as I can take it without feats, of course. Alright. I'm going to take... I'm going to get point blank shot now. We're going to be shooting enough ray beams in people's faces that point blank shot's going to come in handy. 3. Haste. Extra attack around. There's my special abilities. Dragon resistances. +5 for fire. Nice. Fear. And an extra fear spell. That's pretty cool. So weird that you get all those things all the way to progression. That's just freaking awesome. That's why I got spell resistance for free. I thought I picked it. I didn't know that I had access to it. So that's pretty wild. Dragon Disciple. And again, now this one's maxed. You can do a little persuasion, a little athletics. Might as well. I could just as easily do mobility, and there's some reasons to do mobility for a fighter fight. But I'm going to try to keep to what I did before, and I'll tweak on it later. Oh, skill focus. Mobility, knowledge, arcane. I already had those, so I don't really need to waste extra points on them. Quicken, improve initiative, great fortitude, blind fight. Improve initiative. I want to be able to fight first, right? And I get blind sense, which isn't blind fighting, it's blind sense. He usually does not need to make perception checks to notice and pinpoint the location of creatures within range of his blind sense ability. If I took it higher to level 10, it would be 50 feet, but I do not have that. I'll only go to 7, so 25 feet is my range. But basically, this will allow me, within 25 feet of me, I should be able to see invisible targets is kind of the goal, or at least target them. So, definitely worth it. We'll keep going with that perception, persuasion, and athletics. Precise shot. Yeah, I got wings for free, so I don't know if I accidentally clicked them. Maybe that's something, but we'll see. And it's not that it would be a bad idea. +3 to dodge, bonus to armor class, against melee attacks and immunity to ground-based effects such as difficult terrain. I'm grabbing it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to see if I got them for free. I don't know why I would get them for free. I must have clicked it by mistake because I do not remember picking wings. So wings showing up on my character for free was kind of like, why do I have wings? That's a little weird, right? So I must have picked it by mistake and not realized that I clicked it. But we'll see. I don't want to waste it if I don't have to. Let's get that displacement now. From there, last one in Dragon Disciple, and then this will be literally the last one that I get. Dispel Magic. Again, I did have fear, so these still progress for me because I'm a Magus. That's just awesome. I'm assuming that's got to be a glitch, so this is probably going to last forever, but I don't care. I want to get it. And I'm going to get me some Dragon Bites, and I'm going to get me some Blind Sense, Spell Resistance, and all this other cool shit. But yeah, games are level 7. I'll take some more strength, please, and I'm at a meaty 22, guys. Look at that. I mean, that's just disgusting. We're going to grab Perception, Persuasion, and Athletics. We're going to be talking our way out all kinds of crap now that we're a Dragon Asthma Demon. And I want level 2. Blur, probably. Which is kind of overkill because I already have Displacement, which is 50% mischance. But Blur lasts longer, minute per level. It's only 20%. I can cast it on other people though, and that is helpful. Acid Arrow is a good call here too. I'm sure I grabbed it, but I know I grabbed Blur, so I'm just going to try to keep going with the same. Controlled Fireball is clearly something we want. Making sure there's not no touch attack. That's some good English right there. Not no touch attack. Greater invisibility. Fireball. There we go. Dragon's Breath will be something we get. Shield of Dawn will be something that I get because again the fire damage. Remember, we get extra damage with some damage on it. Boom. And now we go back to Magus. This is where you have to dip back in. We still oops. Get back there. I want to keep going up with athletics. I probably will stop at some point because I don't really need it. 14. So I've never really seen athletics checks to be so ridiculous. And my strength is going to be so high that I'm getting such a massive bonus from my strength being high that I probably don't need to keep investing points in it. So I probably should start rocking that persuasion and get it up to match the perception. But we'll start doing that here. We'll get this to 15, let's say. Alright. Now that we're Magus again, we can get an improved critical on the weapon, but there's no need to do that. Ooh, get it back out of there. There's no need for that because again, you'll probably find whatever weapon you get, you hopefully get a keen version of it, so you don't need to have a keen version, or you don't need to have the improved critical. Hammer of the Gap could be decent. I think this is melee. When you make a full attack, each consecutive hit against the same opponent deals extra damage. Equal to the number of previous consecutive hits. So basically if I'm really good at hitting things, bam, 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 I'll just start shredding them. That sounds like a good call. I'm pretty much done, I think, with the Metamagics at this point. Maximize could be okay. Reach could be okay. Quicken, we've got Pass On, and Heighten I'm not a fan of as a spontaneous caster. I get those wings. You know you want those wings. And really you do. Because, I mean, for what you get for it, +3 dodge. Dodge stacks. That's one of the only armor classes in this game that stack. So a +3 dodge is always going to be useful. And it's against melee attacks, which is where you're going to be, and immune to ground-based effects such as difficult terrain. Screw it. I'm getting the wings. I want them. We're going to grab the Enduring Blade so that when we enchant our blade, it will last for minutes at a time. And by the way, the game is borked. You can make an enchanted weapon, de-equip it, give it to your friend, and it will be an enchanted blade for your friend for those minutes. For those of you that want to have a little fun until they patch that out. Let's get a little Ray of Enfeeblement. I like the idea of nuking someone's strength and being the strongest bastard around. That works for me. Dimensions Door, Dragon's Breath. Shield of Dawn. Yep, definitely want Shield of Dawn. Stone Skin we're going to get for free, so they're warning you in advance. Oh, you don't need this one sucks. So pay attention to those things and then recheck it to make sure that you're going to level up enough to get to it. But Shield of Dawn, 1d6 points of fire damage, so that's just only one die. So instead of maximum is 15, and I'll only be a level 13 Magus, right? Yeah. So instead of the plus 13 that I should get, I'll get a plus 14 if I'm not misunderstanding the one I get for being a draconic bloodline of gold dragon. Keep pumping that Magus. Yeah, let's get the perception. We said we take that to 15 and then stop at that point. Start focusing on persuasion to be the slick talking devil, demon, whatever, dragon, celestial that I am. Oh, let's grab that dragon's breath again. Different damage types and all that. You see my fire damage is up there now to 10. Electricity, it looks like it's at 10, but they're not cumulative, so it's the best of, or the worst of both worlds. Whichever is your highest is the one you're going to go from what I understand. I never tested it yet. Pumping up Magus some more. And now we can really focus on persuasion and be that slick talking devil. From here, we haven't unlocked. This is the one you want to unlock, by the way, the fighter training. So when you get to 10, that's when I start getting those fighter feats. Hammer the gap, looks good. Extra arcana pool. Did I already grab that one? Nope, that's extend magic. Let's grab that one. Extra arcana pool comes in handy. From there, level 3 spells. Slow. It's good. I mean, DC is going to be an issue for me. But you know, I'm not really worried about it. It's AoE, it's team friendly. As long as I get at least one guy to slow down, I'm pretty happy with the effect. And lightning bolt, stinking cloud are all good choices too. We'll probably get those here shortly. Oh, any fire spells? Fire snake, and I see no touch attacks, but I do see vampiric shadow shield. Okay, dragon resistances. So my fire is up. More armor. It really does make it look like I'm leveling all the way to this, man. I wonder if that fire is going to be 15th level. Your natural armor bonuses plus. Man, this is just weird. Yeah, see, I got wings here. Did I pick? I just picked wings. No, I did that. Okay, that was me. I think. No, it's not me. Damn it. I got wings for free. Why did I get wings for free? That's just weird. That's gotta be a glitch. Magus. More strength, please. And then you see my strength is now even higher, because it's telling you what it is, but it's highlighting it to let you know that this is what you've put into it. Notice all your bumps here, though. It's actually modified value of 25. So it's higher than you think. So, pretty sweet. And that's because I'm leveling, I think. We'll see. But yeah, my athletics check is getting ridiculous right now. +7 from strength, so it's ridiculously high. Dimension strike is a good one. Level 2. Acid arrow. I could have just easily gone web. My reflexes aren't great though, so I would have to deal with it. But yeah, I could have done web. I could do stone call, matter of fact, because for the remaining duration of the spell, this strip recovers the ground, making the entire area difficult terrain. That would slow down everybody but me. Remember, I got wings. I float over shit. So that would not be a bad idea. Let's actually do that. That'd be a good idea. Elemental body, cone of cold, cloud kill, beast shape 3. Yeah, this is the one that I grabbed for sure. Any of these other ones are good choices, though. There's nothing wrong with any of those. But Cone of Cold's, you know, I already got a Dragon's Breath of Cold. May not do as much damage, may not be as long, but I already have it, so it's kind of overkill. I'm just all kinds of badass right now. That's my first dip into extra strength. Yeah, that's why. First dip in extra strength. Fighter training. Now we really open up a world of whoop ass. Let's put that perception up, put that persuasion going. Weapon specialization, Falchion. And I don't know that that's a good idea. It's just what I was doing because I thought that was the weapon that I picked, or that I was going to get in the tutorial. Elemental body is going to be okay. Cloud kill could be decent. Let's grab that. Moving right along. Grab some perception, more persuasion. How else do you think I can crossbreed with a celestial, a demon, and a goddamn dragon if I didn't have the ability to make them drop their panties? Yeah! Good work, team. This could be interesting, but I don't care about it. Critical focus. This might be okay. You'll have to revisit that one. We don't have many more feats left in our belt, though, so we might want to take it now. We have to come back to it. Hammer the Gap was probably something that I did pick, though. Let's just see if there's something that sticks out as being that I'm missing. See, I'm thinking about the criticals, because I will be doing criticals with the best weapon that I can get. Hopefully it'll be this Falchion. And again, there's nothing wrong with the cleaving line of attacks. You just got to really invest a lot more into it. Oh, where's open? Nothing sticks out. Dragon style. Should have totally gone dragon style. I mean, how funny would that have been? Yeah, I don't see anything that's sticking out as like, oh, I need to unlock that. So, critical focus. Why not? Level 4. Be a badass leopard. Shout was the one I grabbed, I'm sure of that. Level 6. Yeah, acid fog. See, this has been nice. And if you would have went an acid dragon route, the amount of resistance that you get, I think you get like level 10 resistance to acid or something, even if they fix the patch. That would get you enough protection here that you could stand inside this cloud and reasonably not die from it. You know, even if it fires off and hits you for the full 11 or 12 points of damage, you're only going to take 1 or 2. So you'd stand in the fog, get yourself some armor class from ranged attacks, and just wail on the bad guys that are standing in your fog. That'd not be a bad idea. We know we grabbed Chain Lightning, and I know I did Beast Shape. Let's see what else we got. We had Hellfire, yeah. And now we're rocking MS. See, I'm at Electricity 10 now, Fire 10. Jeez. This is just brutal. 2 more levels. This is it. And we got Perception up again. Persuasion's finally maxed out with it. Cool beans. And I said, oh, critical. Yeah. I got a critical. What can I get with criticals? I got a tiring critical. Whenever you score a critical hit, your opponent becomes fatigued. That, by the way, lowers their strength and their dex too, if I'm not mistaken. Not bad. Staggering critical. Critical hit, your opponent becomes staggered for 1 to 4. +1 rounds. Says Theurges reduces the duration to 1 round, but they're still staggered. Nice. Additional hits instead add to the duration. So if you keep critting on the guy, the duration just keeps going up and up and up. Just gotta love that. Staggered sounds like that'd be fun. What else we got? Sickening critical. Adds to the duration. But there is a no, there's no save for that one. So I do become sick. That's just a thing. What other criticals we got? There's another one in there. Oh, there's a blinding critical. Blind fighting. No, apparently not. Maybe it's something that you have to unlock. It's like really hard to get. Improved critical. No. Let's see. Is there a blinding critical? Yeah, there was. You gotta have a BAB of 15 though. Yeah, I'm not gonna get to that, sadly. Alright, so what do you think? Make them tired? Tiring critical? Sounds cool to me. From here, I'm not a big fan of the Devoted Blade, the Anarchic, Axiomatic, Holy and Unholy weapons really don't jive with me. The Arcane Accuracy. This one might be okay. Okay, spend 1 point from his arcane pool as a swift action for himself, an insight bonus equal to his charisma bonus on all attack rolls until the end of his turn. Maybe, and I don't know this, but maybe that will benefit from the enduring blade thing that I had already unlocked. It's in here somewhere. Enduring blade. Minutes per level. I don't know that that will work though, so I'm not wasting time on that. Ghost blade would be okay though. I like Ghost blade. I can dig with that. Level 3 spell, lightning bolt, why not? Level 6 spell, Umbo strike, it's cold damage and negative damage. Transformation I get for free, so I don't need to do that. Sirocco, fire damage. Oh, I can't believe we missed that last time. Nice. Complete. Last one. And my last strength bump. And bump both those 20. Get that athletics up to 19 plus there. That's sweet. Alright, level 6, last spell choice. True seeing is a thing. I do, however, as a dragon, you know, have that blind sight, whatever, for 25 feet. I don't know it's necessary. Beast shape. I got it last time because I wanted to see if the strength bumps for Smilodon, Shambling Mountain, or Large Wyvern would be applicable, so I'll probably still grab it. But I could just easily go Greater Dispel Magic, Umbral Strike, Disintegrator, all good choices. Acid Fall could be a lot of fun. And Disintegrate, though, Disintegrate is just brutal. But yeah, I wanted to grab, oh, an Elemental Body. Oh, I never grabbed an Elemental Body, did I? Boo. Yeah, shit. Alright, grabbing the Elemental Body, because I really want to see if I can do damage as an elemental, fire elemental. Completed. And that's my guy. Holy crap, is he bright. For those of you that don't know, you also get this little halo feature. As a Celestial, you have to activate it. Doesn't cost you anything to activate it, so you just leave the damn thing on. You get a little halo on your character. And it does give you a +2 circumstance bonus on saving throws against becoming blinded or dazzled. Who doesn't like that as a fighter, right? So that's pretty badass. Now we have, of course, all these other ones that are unlocked. I'm not going to toy with them. You have all your spells. And we have yet to Metamagic up, so you would want to go into your spell book, go through them. And these ones will be different than the last time I did this because now I have the ability to do Empower, which I didn't have before. So they're higher level, but you can do what you want. Feel free to do so. I'm just going to do a couple here just to show you again real quick what we're doing. Stuff like shield I can extend. So I usually make it, well, let's do blue. So blue and red would make purple. So if I combine them, I'll make it the color purple. So that's okay. Yeah, the blue you can barely make it out though, but it's just because it's so damn dark. But yeah, this is nice. I have a decent spell book, not the best spell book ever, but I got a lot of really cool shit. Dragon kind, man, it just floors me that I have the ability to be a dragon. That's just so weird. But yeah, Dismissal, pretty happy I got that one. Spell Resistance, that one's really nice, and we can extend that little goober. So, do so that we can literally slap that on. Caster level for me, again, remember when you looked into our book, if I did it right, it should be 18, so 18 plus 12. This means my spell resistance would be 30. That's basically like armor class 30 against an attack. Remember, they roll their attack on me. I want to say it's their attack roll, simulated attack roll, but it's an attack roll plus their spell level that they're attacking with and their modifier. So if they're like charisma based like I am, they're +3 or +5 or +10 for having really high charisma will be factored in. So obviously this won't make me immortal from spells, but it made me pretty damn hard to hit from those low level casters, from them being the jackass. So, you know, all in all, it's a good build. This has gone on too long, so I do apologize for that. I just had to share it once I saw it. I just thought this is going to be too good. I do want to show you one thing, though, before we leave. I keep mentioning it, that you can do it, and I haven't demonstrated it to you, so let's do that. There is this ability for you to enchant your weapon, make it a +4 weapon, right? And then you can give it to a party member, and then it's still a +4 weapon for them for the duration. You know, because you enchanted it for a period of time. Maybe that's the trick. I don't know. But it sounds like that it's a glitch. I'm not going to report it because I want to exploit this goddamn thing. It sounds like fun to me. But I'm basically going to like enchant some weapons, pass them to my team early level on, and watch everyone go walk around with a +1 or a +2 weapon for the short term anyway. Watch them just like slaughter stuff.
Help! Help!
Here you go. Come on, Lizzie. Show me the way, and don't notice that guy sneaking in behind you that's going to slam the door shut, and don't come back in to help me.
Their life ends here.
First we pop that. You see how it went down in number, and if I look at the weapon, here it is, +4 enhancement. So it's a 1d6 piercing, +4 enhancement. You see I'm getting a whole bunch of damage from having the weapon enchanted, as well as my strength bump, as well as power attack being on. My character looks badass. I have decent armor, and that's with me wearing studded leather piece of shit armor. So let's actually see what I can get to. Remember, I'm allowed as a Magus to wear better armor. As long as I can equip it as a Magus, then I'm allowed to cast spells with it. So, like so. Close that out. I'm just going to take you to Lindsay. We'll fight the next fight, and then because we won't be able to switch weapons until she joins the team. Hey, Lance. We have to help. Oh, save me. Alright, come on.
A test of my abilities.
I can be a complete and utter jackhole here. Let's just have some fun. What do we want to use on these jerks? Oh, let's do transformation. I want to see what that one did anyway.
This will hurt.
You're just in time, lady.
Alright, there's my transformation spell. Doesn't last very long, 2 minutes max. In my case, it'll be just under 2 minutes. That was weird. My strength is up 4 to 32 now. Dex has gone up 4, so 18. Con is up 4 to 20. My hit points are flipping huge. And it'll last for a good long while. At least not long enough that it's an actual fight. And I want to show you my BAB. Where is that? Oops, I need the character sheet. Abilities. Martial. There we go. Go ahead. So here's my base attack bonus progression, guys. So that's because of the spell. Okay? This is not normal. This is because of the spell. It takes every level you are, and I'm a level 20 person, not caster level 20 person, and it gives you a +1 for each level. So you don't have to be an awesome sorcerer or whatever and go all the way to level 20 and use that spell. You can dip out of it like we did with Dragon Disciple or whatever. It doesn't count your caster level. It counts your actual character level. So you can see I'm a level 20 character. I have a +20 to BAB now. Then 15, 20, and 5. This would be like if you were a straight up fighter. This is what you would be like. Then of course melee attacks and range attacks increased or decreased based on your stats. Why I'm at 18. That seems weird. But yeah. It's pretty nice. My strength bump alone is making me swing at a ridiculous amount, and I have power attack on, which is at a -6. If I shut that off, I go up 6 more, so what is a 29 will turn into a 35 with a rapier. So, you know, it's kind of cool. From there, I have what? Range, touch attacks, the ray spells are going to swing at a 24 right now. 25 for melee, for a melee touch attack, and again that's because power attack is on. By the way, that will not benefit you, power attack on, while you do a melee touch attack. If you are actually doing a melee touch attack and not charging your weapon, shut off power attack and other spells, other abilities like it, like Piranha Strike and all that stuff that lower your to hit and increase your damage. It does not work with the spell, so shut it off, because the to hit penalty, the accuracy penalty, is still be there. So you'd want to shut that off and get this back up. So again, it's 25. It should actually be 31. So think about that, guys. With this spell on, if I can cast spells still, which it looks like I can.
I'm always
Nope,
ready.
shuts them off. Okay. While the spell's in effect, I can't cast spells. I'll say that's the way I remember it. I didn't say anything in that tooltip, though. That's why I say that. And I'm going to show you. I just want to get to the next fight. That weapon.
I'm there.
Okay. Here's my enchanted weapon. Give me a dagger, please, so I have a weapon at least. And I'm going to pass on Mr. Enchanted Weapon over to Miss Lindsay. And we're going to let her attack. So you're going to see.
I do what I must.
That she
I
is
wrote it
capable
like I
of
saw
swinging
it.
that damn thing.
Can you make an epic
At the
pose? I
enchanted
need
range.
inspiration.
Come on, Liz.
Serves you right.
Leave this to me.
Alright. Took her forever to take that swing. Hits her with the rapier. So you see the rapier attack, she has a +4 to the rapier. Why? Because I enchanted it. That's the reason. That's what I'm saying. It says, they say it's not supposed to be switched between people, but you can buff them, at least right now. Maybe it's because I have that enduring blade feat that I got as a Magus. Maybe that's all it is. That's the trick. I haven't tested it. You should also probably test it to see if you can make them flame weapons and acid weapons and cold weapons, shock weapons, or whatever else you can do as a Magus, and then pass it to your buddy who can swing better. Maybe, you know, if it lasts for duration, that you can specifically see on the weapon, you know, the amount of time that it's enchanted, then it's entirely possible that you can do that. I don't see that it's on me. Don't see that it's on her, but it's probably on the weapon itself that it will wear off X number of minutes. And it's, I want to say it's 1 minute per caster level, so I'm a level 18 caster as far as the game is concerned, so that should last her for 18 minutes, that enchanted weapon. That's pretty huge.
Just die already.
So, of course, I'm better, but still. With that, though, my name is brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I know this one was kind of a cluster pile of a video. I thought it was funny, so it's not really a whole lot of effort put into it. So I'm sure there's better ways to do it. People are going to tell me I'm wrong for all kinds of things, and that's fine. Just tell me why, what you would change different. But so far, I kind of dig the idea of being a dragon disciple, abyssal, bloodline, celestial, Magus. I can see this being like a super fun build. With that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.